In this movie, I'm going to tell you a story, and I'm going to use this story to illustrate the various components that are used in its structure. So this movie is a little longer than the others in the series. Now, some researchers like to apply a kind of labelling or coding system to story structure. When they do this, they create patterns, which we sometimes call a typology. Some researchers have gathered several hundred stories to build up a sort of toolkit or system that tells us how different story types are made. Mostly the researchers who do this are more interested in collecting and classifying stories than they are in making new ones. But in storytelling workshops, we can reuse their discoveries to make new stories. Professional scriptwriters and novelists will often reuse story patterns, especially if they're struggling to generate new story ideas. They reuse components in a playful and creative way to generate new stories. We can adopt the same technique in storytelling workshops that focus on work and occupational culture. Now, let's say we want to write a comic story about organisational life. Research into story typology tells us that a comic story will need a protagonist, a predicament, attempts to resolve the predicament, an outcome, and a reaction. The video titles will identify these components as I tell my story. So, let me tell you about something that happened at work. I'm Paul Elmer and I'm a university lecturer. It's a great job, I really enjoy doing it, but there's just one problem. There's too much work. In fact, I'm so busy that I can't manage it at all. Right now I'm trying to finish a book and the publisher is getting angry with me because I'm not writing it quickly enough, because I've got just too many other jobs to do. So I decided to go and see my boss to see if I could get some time to finish the book. I made an appointment and went to the president of the whole university. I knocked on the door. "Is this the president's office?" I asked, "only I've never been here before." "Oh yes, we were expecting you," said a lady. "I'm his personal assistant." "And I'm his personal secretary," said another lady. "Do please sit down." "Oh, what a lovely big room," I said. Is this where you all do your hot desking?" "Oh no, this is our office and the president has his own office," said the secretary. "I'll take you through now. I don't expect you have time for tea. Come on." And in I went. Well, this office was even bigger, and the president walked across the carpet towards me to shake my hand. "Ah, there you are, Peter," he said. It's Paul, actually," I replied. Of course. Glad to see you. In fact, I was hoping to speak with you. I've been meaning to ask you if you'd do something for me." Well, I was rather surprised. I didn't think the president even knew who I was. In fact, I still wasn't sure. After all, he had got my name wrong. "Now, this university needs people like you," he went on. "People who can step forward and take care of important extra work that comes along from time to time. In fact, I have a project just now that I think is perfect for you. Shouldn't take you more than 6 months if you work hard at it. Well, I don't expect you do much at the weekends anyway, do you? I'll get someone to email you all the details. I'll need a progress report on my desk every 2 weeks. No need to keep coming back here, just email me. After all, I expect you're busy." "Well, yes, I am," I said quickly. "In fact, that's what I came to see you about. You see, I'm writing a book." "A book?" he said. "Oh, marvellous. Good news. Have you got a publisher for it?" "Yes, I have," I said. "And that's the problem, you see, because—" Very good, he said. "Now, if you don't mind, I have an awfully busy morning. I'll email you about that project I'd like you to do for me, and we're all counting on you." And he gently pushed me backwards towards the office door. "Well, good to see you again, Peter," he said. "I look forward to reading the book. Bye-bye." "It's Paul, actually," I said. But the door had already shut with a solid clunk. So, the point about this story is that it uses those elements in a storytelling performance that, at least in part, intends to entertain us. It may not be wholly true, but it contains a type of truth. It crystallises a work issue, holds it up for us to examine, and it tells us something about what it means to be a particular type of worker in a particular type of organisation.